you're pretty good at picking up on the trends. You create new ETFs all the time. What's on your radar right now?
So we just launched a hydrogen ETF. Now, to go back a little bit into history, 11 years ago last week, we launched a lithium and battery tech ETF, which we've been talking about. Over the course of 11 years, electric vehicles have gone from about 0% of the global auto industry to about 3% of the global auto industry. So when we talk about long-term thematic investing, we're really talking long-term, several decades. We think the next long-term trend is going to be the shift to hydrogen. Not necessarily displacing lithium batteries, but just a new form of clean power that can power trucks, that can power trains, that can power boats. It's really kind of a heavy industry form of a battery, frankly.
And what do you think of Elon Musk, who constantly puts down hydrogen? I mean, obviously the guy's got a lot invested in electric vehicles, but is there anything to his idea that it's not really feasible on a big scale? What's wrong with his thinking?
They're not really apples to apples comparisons. So in a passenger vehicle, it does not make sense to have a fuel cell powered car. I mean, there's no infrastructure for it. A fuel cell itself is kind of large and unwieldy. But if you're looking at a truck, you don't want to have a huge battery on that truck, because just driving a truck in New York, you have a weight limit. So how much of that weight do you want to allocate to a battery powering that truck versus the cargo in the truck? A hydrogen fuel cell weighs very little, a big battery weighs a lot. So just from a pure efficiency perspective, heavy transport really favors hydrogen. On top of that, you see way more solar, you see way more wind that's being put onto the grid, that's creating power intermittently. How do you store that power? Hydrogen is actually a very efficient way of storing that excess power when it's not being used. You can put that hydrogen in a truck, you can ship it over to another country that maybe wants it, but it's a very efficient form of battery for excess renewable power. So Elon Musk, I think he makes a lot of sense on the passenger vehicle side, but hydrogen is very good in these heavy industry capacities.
Yeah. Christian, what's on your radar? What do you see on the horizon that's the next big thematic idea?
Yeah, so we, earlier this summer, we launched Detox, the cleaner living ETF that we've had a lot of interest in. It's not an ESG ETF, but it really appeals to a lot of people who are interested in ESG. And about a month from now, we're going to be launching our digital and online trading ETF. So this will be companies like a Coinbase, a Schwab, probably somebody like a Robinhood, that allows, kind of this digital asset marketplace, online trading marketplace that's app friendly, mobile friendly. We think that's a fast growing area within financial services that is really capitalizing on the trend around the world for investors to trade stocks, bonds, commodities, cryptocurrencies, digital assets. And that will be a launch here in September.